Welcome to another episode of Get the Food Out of Here. Freddie Rubino here with my wife Christine.
Hi everyone.
Salute everybody. Happy holiday season. Easter, Passover, all these beautiful things. We're going to make a traditional Italian cookie that a lot of people don't eat anymore. Why?
Too expensive.
Too expensive. The Pignoli cookie. Pignoli nuts cost an average of $20 to $30 a pound. The cookies go for $30 a pound. They are the easiest cookies in the world to make. Correct, Christine?
Absolutely. 4 ingredients.
4 ingredients. If you remember, we're going to make them, but what we did was we have an alternative to Pignoli. Show the good people what we have. We have almond slices and Pignoli nuts. You could buy for $4 enough almond slices to do 5 batches of cookies. Correct, Christine?
Right. And they're almond flavored, so the almond sliced almonds go fine with them.
Okay, we have ourselves this, what is this called? A food processor?
A food processor.
And that's what it is. Just keep in mind that most Italian food was peasant food. Okay? So when they made cookies and they wanted nuts for them, you know why they used the Pignolis? It was free. The pine cones were out. You gathered them up, brought them in the hot house. They released their nuts. Ever release your nuts?
You release your nuts
Oh,
way too often.
shut your mouth. When I release my nuts, it's a holiday. And you use them. But now they're so expensive. So we're going to make them both. Now what happened with us is when we started making them with the almonds, everybody just wanted them with the almonds.
I like them a little better with the almonds, but we'll make them both.
The first ingredient is called almond paste.
You need a 7-ounce tube of almond paste.
Look at that. Oh, what does that remind you of?
Nothing I ever seen.
Shush. Almond paste. Okay, cost about $6.
7-ounce tube.
7-ounce tube.
This will make about 15 cookies, this recipe.
15 to 20. Okay, see this tube? You take it out of the tube. Look at that. Almond paste. Not almond extract.
Not marzipan.
Not marzipan. Okay? Look at that. Look at that. Huh?
Please.
Okay. You break it up. Break it up. Remember when the cops used to come? When you were hanging out in the schoolyard? Break it up. Okay? And now we break it up and we throw it in the food processor. Now, if you don't have a food processor, get one. Okay? Me and my wife argued for a while. Can we do this in a blender?
No.
She says no. Alright, so look, you're crumbling it up. And you put it in the food processor. If you don't have a food processor, clear the table and you have to use something called a cookie cutter.
No.
What is that called?
A pastry cutter.
That's what I meant. Look at that.
It's to cut dough. So you put that down and you would do it in a bowl.
Show this.
Yeah, you would do it in a bowl and you got to break it up until it's a fine meal.
Right. And it's not easy. Okay, it could be done.
There's no reason in this day and age not to have a food processor.
Okay, this day and age, people don't like Italians, unbelievable. Okay, so now we have this, and we put it on low first. It's got to chop it up for like a minute. Now on high, the very small, like the size of BBs.
Yeah.
BBs?
Yeah.
And you get the drink. Look how easy this is. Okay, look at that. See that? That's how fine it is.
Yes.
Now, we're going to pour a ½ cup of granulated sugar.
You don't put it in one lump. You have to have the motor running, and you pour it with steady stream.
See that? See, Uncle Freddy? So far, 2 ingredients. Right?
Yep.
Sugar and almond paste. Let that go for about 30 seconds. It's going to mix. Then you got to open it up and you got to redistribute.
Scrape the sides down.
That's what I meant.
So say it correctly.
Look at that. Look, show them in the inside there. See how it's all coming together? It's almost like a dough now. But you need one more thing to bind it. Honey, what do we bind it with?
1 egg white, room temp.
Here's my egg white. Okay? Look.
Never do it on the side of a bowl.
Look, look, look. An egg white. Not a yolk. Poor yolk. That's a big... Look how much egg white was in that. That was a champion. That chicken was a champion. You know that?
It's the egg white of 1 large egg.
One large champion egg.
Not an extra large egg. There'll be too much liquid.
Too much. Okay. Now we're going to blend it again. We're almost done. This is it. 3 things. And then what?
They reform them. Now wait till it boils up like a dough.
You gotta get balls up. Guys, you gotta go balls up on this. Understand? See how it's becoming a dough?
That's it. That's
See
it.
how it balled up?
That's it. You can't get easier than that.
That's the easiest you're gonna get. And look how expensive these cookies are, right? But we're gonna cheat. And we're going to show you how to do it. This is why you got to do this with like your kids and stuff. Now look at this. Look. I'm going to get it all together. See how it's like a dough? It's still sticky.
Yeah, if you weren't doing the show, you could wait 1 minute and then do it. It'd probably get a little tighter.
Yeah, get tighter?
Yeah.
I like to get tighter sometimes, you know?
Now using the tiny cookie scoop.
Look how big. You don't have to rinse it. You don't have to do nothing. See? Flat? Look. That's it. Sometimes we roll it, but you don't have to. And you just roll it in the pignolis. Now, of course, this wasn't a whole bag of pignolis because we already made some. Now, look. We put it on here, and we just flatten it a little. A little. That's it.
Yeah, don't press it down too far and don't make like a dip in the middle. Just press it down straight.
And then we have your beautiful almonds. Same thing. Just roll it in almonds. This is good for Easter, okay?
This is the perfect Easter dessert for coffee.
And like my priest says, almonds. Catholic Church loves almonds. Okay? Okay. And that's it. Look, the rest of the day is just making these, rolling them out, pignolis, beautiful cookies.
Guys, are you sharing?
Guys, you gotta share this. It's not even fair. Okay? This is why we do it live. To show you that it's not edited. It's not some trick. We don't cut to some... This is it. Start to finish. Now, we always made it with the pignolis until we did...
I'm just going to go over the recipe.
The almonds.
It's 1 tube of the almond paste, 7-ounce tube, broken up, half a cup of sugar, 1 egg white of a large egg. And that's it.
And so on and so forth.
And then you roll it in the nuts. And then that's it. And it's 350 degree oven for 13 to 15 minutes. They have to be golden brown.
Okay. You get the message, right? You just keep on doing that.
Very good.
If you do all pignolis, I'm going to tell you it's going to cost you about 2 batches, approximately $30 or $40
Yeah.
in Pignolis. Maybe
Right.
even one batch.
Yeah. Not one batch.
One batch, you're going to spend about $18 in Pignolis when you could do 3 or 4 batches in almonds. So now I'm going to show you ones that we took out of the oven not too long ago. Look how beautiful the Pignolis are. See the almonds?
Mm-hmm.
Now when you make them, $3.50 for 12.
I said 13 to 15 minutes.
13 to 15 minutes. Look, you see the bottom is caramelized?
Yeah, they're a very chewy cookie.
It's got to be a little crunchy and chewy in the middle. That's a perfect cookie. Oh. A beautiful white wine. Same thing. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, do what we do. Make half Pignoli, half almond. Right, honey? What? What are you shaking? Oh, the powdered sugar. Look at the beautiful plates my wife buys. We didn't powder them yet, so you could see.
We wanted you to see the nuts.
I want you to see my nuts. Okay? On a plate.
Do me a favor. Touch every cookie with your fingers as much as you can.
Why? What's the difference?
Germs.
What germs?
You have germs.
What germs? Okay, look. Do you overdo these?
No.
Just to get a little beauty on it?
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah, that's it.
My friends, the Pignoli cookie in 11 minutes, start to finish. The cheap recipe, I guarantee, I guarantee, you go over to someone's house with a big bunch of these cookies,
You're the hit of the party.
you are the Easter whatever. I love you guys. Share this on a... There's no reason not to make this. You just seen it.
They're chewy and delicious and crispy. They're perfect.
And they're a third of the price. Now, this is dedicated to all you people who don't live near the Italian bakery anymore. You moved away. You don't need it. I just showed you how to make them. You know it's better homemade. Right, honey?
Absolutely.
Is everything better homemade?
Yep.
Go to fredrabito.com. See me. I'm coming to Long Island. I'm coming to Tuckahoe. Boston. Chicago. Scavello's in the Bronx. Can't wait. Go to fredrabito.com. Buy a shirt. Support the show. I love you guys. Christine?
Of course I love them.
But why didn't I have to do... I love you guys. I'm going to eat a pound of cookies right now. Because I can. Love you guys.